Welcome back to another IM users video. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about top lighting. So the IM is mostly used for doing backlit illumination. However, it does have a top surface light for looking at reflective capabilities. In most cases, the IM's software is going to be able to detect an edge attached to it without a whole lot of fanfare. But sometimes you do need to go in and specify to it what specifically you want to attach to. And usually that'll occur on areas like here, where we've got a number of different heights or different edges of a part that we want to attach to. And we need to be careful about making sure the IM always attaches to exactly what we want. So if I just came in and grabbed my arc tool and we just clicked real quickly on 3 places, hit apply, you'll see that it's a little confused. It's not exactly attaching to what we're interested in. We're getting some points here, some points over here. That's where this screen comes in on the right-hand side. First up is the direction that the system looks. So you can look at these pink arrows, and you can either look from the inside of your circle to the outside, or flip it around to go from the outer to the inner. Now that won't really affect how the system attaches. It just is to help you get a little bit more familiar and feel more comfortable with how you're setting it up. As you can see here, we're going from a lighter area into a darker area, so if that's how I want to think about it, I can have the arrows going from the outer to inner, so on and so forth. Second up, you can actually specify what you want the system to look for. So you can look for a bright to dark surface or a dark to bright surface. You can look in the center of a white area or the center of a black area. Again, as we come across, here's a dark area, here's a brighter area. So let's take a look at where we see a transition from dark to bright. So I'll select dark to bright. Lastly, you've got some edge priority. And here's where most of the power comes in. There's 3 main options: leading edge, maximum edge intensity, and proximity of centerline. If I wanted to come in with my arrows pointed outer, and I wanted to attach to this bottom line right down here, the very bottom edge of this component, I would select leading edge. And what I'm telling it is, as you scan through this blue search box, find for me the first place that you see a dark to bright transition. You'll see you've got some darkness here, it's a little brighter. So if I hit leading edge, hit apply, the system's going to automatically adjust and attach right to that first place that it sees a light to dark transition. Okay, but let's say we actually are more interested in this one here, the next step up. So we want to go from where we have a darker area into a much, much whiter and brighter location. That's where maximum edge intensity comes in. Again, what we're telling it is, in this blue box, find for me where you see the largest change from dark to bright and attach to that. So when I hit apply, it locks onto that edge. Proximity of centerline is what the system does by default. Effectively, what it is it's saying, I'm a user, let me specify where to search. And if you look at any element, there's a blue line on it. This is your center line. So anytime you set up a search box, you're setting up a base center line for the system to look for. By telling it proximity of centerline, you're telling it to look for the dark to bright transition that occurs the closest to that center line. So you can manually go in and try to get your center line on the edge that you're interested in, hit apply, and it will attach to that, even in proximity of centerline. However, if you make your spots a little larger, it'll try to attach to where you put your center line. So that's effectively your basic tools. Practice with them and you'll get a little bit better. And as always, if you run into any questions or any problems, feel free to post them up on IM Users and we'll try to get to them as soon as we can. Hope that helped.